Okay, hello guys. What's going on? I'm making a Magic the Gathering video, mostly for me, but well, for those of you who are interested in it, you're welcome to enjoy it as well, of course. I'm gonna play with a couple of buddies a little bit later today, and I'm debating whether to bring my Merfolk deck or something I'm dabbling on myself, a token deck, which I have gotten inspiration from YouTube to make, actually. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Uh, the Merfolk deck I bought on Outland. Yeah, and this is the commander of the Merfolk deck. I don't know if you can see that, but if I hold the card up like this, then probably you can see it. Uh, so at the beginning of combat, on your turn, each Merfolk creature you control explores. And this is actually a pretty powerful ability right here. As you can see. So you reveal the top card of your library, and you put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a 1+1 counter on your creature. Yeah. And this is my commander, so it's a pretty good card. And when she attacks, I may put a land card from my hand into the battlefield. And if I don't do that, then I can draw a card. So, pretty good commander to have. She's the leader of the pack, as you might expect. So, pretty good card to have this. Yeah. I'm going to leave that well here. So, yeah. That's pretty good. And this Merfolk deck, it's sort of like a sliver deck. They build on each other, sort of. Here's another example. It's the Merfolk Shaman right here. Yeah. There's all sorts of abilities in Magic the Gathering now, but Mentor or something is called. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. So this creature has 4+4, so I guess something with less power than 4, then you get a +1/+1 on that creature. And this also means that when you have this creature outside, this also applies. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Yeah. So yeah. And the list goes on and on here. If I can find another example. Yeah, here's another example. This is also a Merfolk. So I got a Merfolk scout, which is my commander, and I got the shaman. And if you don't know what a commander is somebody that don't really die. So if a player kills my commander, then she goes into the command zone instead of the graveyard. Yeah. You can't choose to put it in the graveyard, but uh, you can always put it in the command zone if you want. But this is the only creature that can do that. You can only have one commander in each deck, so that's the beauty of it, I guess. Okay, so here's another example of a Merfolk. As you can see, this also gives all the other Merfolks an ability and strengthens the army. When Topography Tracker enters the battlefield, create a map token. And that's an artifact with it costs 1, and then you can sacrifice this artifact. Target creature you control explores, which is the same ability as the commander. Yeah. But this Topography Tracker means that every time a creature explores, it can explore again. Yeah, so pretty cool. And well, yeah, pretty overpowered as well, in my opinion. Let's pick one more example. Yeah, let's take this one. And this is another Merfolk shaman. There are scouts and there are shamans, and there are scouts. When Singer of Swift Rivers enters the battlefield, put a shield counter on another target creature you control. And that means if it will be dealt damage from any source, prevent that damage and remove a shield counter. So that's also pretty good. And you may cast Merfolk spells as though they had flash. And flash means you can cast it instantly without worrying about where you are in the turn. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty overpowered stuff, this. Yeah. My huge question though is that is this fun? Is this a fun deck to play? Because I want to have fun when I'm playing Magic the Gathering. It seems a bit overpowered to me. I don't want to destroy my friends instantly. I want to like have fun and stuff. Yeah. And there's also some, even though this is a very aggressive deck, there's also some instances or instants in here and some sorceries. For example, this one. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but it's sufficient. Return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. Yeah. So I got a few of these, but most of this deck is these creatures right here, which feed off each other and make each other stronger, and you build an army, and then you attack at the right moment. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But as mentioned, is it fun to play? Well, I'm not too sure about that, but we're gonna see in just a second. Because I'm also building a token deck. Yeah. And you can have a good look at that while I head to the bathroom real quick. Okay, you had a good gander at that. Now we're gonna talk about my other deck, which I am considering. Because I have a second Merfolk deck of the same type. It's the, what is it? It's the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Yeah. There you go. And I know there's a dinosaur edition as well, but I'm not really too fond of the dinosaurs. It's not my cup of tea, really. Okay, but over to my token deck. This deck is based on another commander, which I hopefully have in here. Yeah, there we go. This was inspired by a YouTube video. I don't know if I can find it now though, but it was pretty good. And it's based on this commander right here. And you probably can't see this text here because it's foil and then the light is shining all over the place, but I can read it to you. This is a flying creature called Essex Fractal Bloom. And it says the first time you would create one or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose a creature other than Essex Fractal Bloom and create that many tokens that are copies of that creature. Yeah, so that's the idea of this whole token deck, and the whole token deck is based out of this commander, even more so than the commander on the Merfolk deck, because this whole deck evolves around just this one card. So let's take an example here. Yeah, this is a pretty good example. Okay. So this card is called Awakened Woods, and it says create X1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. They're affected by summoning sickness, it says here. So there we go. But if I play this card right here with this commander in play, and mind you, it has to be in play. It can't be like in the command zone or in the graveyard or anywhere else. It has to be summoned and in play like that. And then I play this. So it says create X1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. But if I play this, and let's say I play 5 of them, so I pay 7 mana, and that means I pay 2 forests and 5 mana of any other color. I get 5 tokens, which turn into whatever creature I want because of this card. Because it says here the first time you would create one or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose to create a creature other than Essex Fractal Bloom and create that many tokens that are copies of that creature. So I can copy anything on the board or the battlefield or whatever you want to call it. So I can have, like, for example, uh, 5 of these, for example. Oh, no, I'm not That's 0, 0, so that wouldn't count. What's a good example here? Okay, just this. It's a bad example, but let's just leave it at that. This one. So you can choose whatever creature you want for whatever purpose you want, and have copies of it. So that means this is a pretty fun deck to play because you can. Well, you control your friends and have a laugh because you're turning their creatures, which they love to use, of course, but create tokens of those, which are exact copies of your friends' creatures in their decks, and attack your friends with copies of their own creatures. Yeah, so it's pretty fun, and there's more examples of this, of course. Here's another token example. Choose an opponent. You and that player each put an X green treeful creature token into the battlefield, and you pay 1 and X. Well, you can pay as much mana as you want. So you're of course giving your friend, let's say, a 10/10 creature, which is pretty powerful, of course. Yeah. But choose an opponent. You and that player each put X1/1 green elf warrior creature token into the battlefield. So, but remember that your friend gets the 10 and you get the copy and 10 copies of another creature right there. But it does say you may here. So you don't have to make tokens or copies of the creature. If you want, you can keep the 10/10 and make copies of the 10 tokens instead. It's totally up to you, man. So that's the whole shiz and shabangle right there. So I'm sort of debating because this event is tonight. I'm sort of debating whether I should make a token deck now, which is, well, I have bought many cards here and stuff, and most of them are pretty good. I don't remember if I showed you this one. I'm going to show it to you now, though. For each token you control, put a token into a battlefield. That's a copy of that permanent. So if I got 20 tokens, then I suddenly get 40. Yeah. So the potential is huge. Is it going to be more fun than the Merfolk deck? Yeah, I believe so, actually. I'm going to have loads of fun with this. But with this deck, I have to wait it out a little bit more. With the Merfolk deck, I can just go bananas from the start. And because this is a finished deck with sleeves and everything, I haven't done anything to it. I just bought the deck. It's completed. It's an official deck from Wizards of the Coast. And I bought a second deck. And I bought a second deck because, well, this deck is let's take the commander here. It's forest and it's, what do you call it? Water? Ocean? I don't know. Yeah. And that's the exact amount of mana I need for the commander on the token deck. Yeah. It's water and it's ocean right here. So that's why I just bought another one, because I need the lands from it. There are pretty good lands in here, which, well, for example, this one. Yeah. So bad example, probably. Okay, let's just take a basic land. There we go. Yeah, I need the lands to make the token deck right here. Yeah. But I was unsure whether to keep this deck or sacrifice it. And that means sacrificing all the lands, making it unplayable, and put the lands in the token deck instead. I was actually so unsure that I just bought a second deck, so then I get to keep this one if I want to do that, and get the second one and add the lands to my token deck, and then I can sell the cards in here instead, without the lands, of course. So the big question now, though, is if I play the Merfolk deck, I can just play it as is. I don't need to do anything. And I'm ready to go. And I can wait with this deck a little bit more and make it even more powerful. Maybe buy some more cards on eBay and wait for my second Merfolk deck and put the lands in, and then I really can make a killer deck. I think I'll do that because this is already ready to go right here. I don't need to do anything with it. On paper, it seems really good, this Merfolk deck right here. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna have fun with it. That's the problem. If it's too powerful, but I know one of my friends is playing the dinosaur deck, and that's also pretty powerful and aggressive, so we'll just have to see. Here's another good example. I did show you this card a little bit earlier, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Kalinian Hydra enters the battlefield with 4+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever Kalinian Hydra attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Yeah. So there we go. So this means if I can have 10 of these, then each of these creates 4+1/+1 counters on it. Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. That's my thoughts on the thing. The event is at 8 tonight or this evening, so it's gonna be fun. Most likely I'll just play my Merfolk deck because I'm still missing a few cards on my token deck. I probably need some more interrupts and sorceries to stop attacks coming early, because the token deck is a bit more, it's not that aggressive and needs to wait it out a bit more before it can do its thing. Yeah, but it's looking really good. nonetheless. And I think the fun factor on the token deck is much better than the Merfolk deck, because this is just an aggressive deck. You attack and stuff, and that's it. I think we're gonna be 3 players tonight. Yeah, so me and Birgir and Kim are gonna play tonight. Yeah. But I hope you got something out of this watching this video, and probably some inspiration for your own deck if you want to make it. The commander style of playing is pretty cool, and I think it has revitalized Magic the Gathering. It was becoming pretty stale, so this new format is awesome. And yeah, I wish more people who have given up on Magic the Gathering knew about it. Yeah. But many of us have other obligations now. We got families and stuff, and we don't got time to play. But my kids are grown up, so I got some free time. They're pretty self-efficient, so I can have some free time and enjoy myself. And I'm also considering making a pure black commander deck. There are advantages to just having mono color, because then you're pretty mana efficient. You don't got several colors of mana. You can just go black. This is pretty cool. And here's another example of a really good black card to get the medieval evil feeling going on. Yeah, worshiping the devil and all that. Yeah, pretty fun stuff, and it gets the imagination going, and that's what's cool about Magic the Gathering. Okay, I think I'll leave it there for now, and I'll clean this mess up, and I'll go to bed before I need to take care of my kid of my aunt, and we're gonna be playing Fortnite and stuff. Because, yeah, long story. Okay, thank you for watching my rambling about Magic the Gathering, and take care. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.